Hey there guys, welcome to the meat shop. Thanks for clicking on. This video is part of a special video series inspired by you guys. I've been asked before for a recipe or sausage book, which I don't have, so I thought I would share my favorite book with you, which is Home Production of Quality Meats and Sausage by Stanley and Adam Marianski. It is my favorite book. I think it's got great information in there for beginners and experts alike. And to celebrate my favorite book, I reached out to Stanley Marianski and he gave me permission to do Marianski March. So we're going to do a recipe out of this book every day of March. And all the recipes and all the processes are right out of the book, which will be in the link below. That is, a link to the book will be in the description down below. So without any further ado, let's get into Marianski March. All right guys, welcome to another episode of Marianski March. This one's a cool one. We're doing a blood type sausage. We're doing the black pudding off page 359. This isn't a sausage that is super popular in North America, especially up in the part of Canada I'm from. I don't think I've ever seen it for sale in the grocery store. No, I don't think so. But it's super popular across Europe. Every European country has a different version of it. The blood sausage, the black pudding, Boudin Noor, Zungwurst, all sorts of them in Germany. So I thought we better do at least one blood sausage here in Marianski March. And I have a little bit of blood that Blake Hall from Prairie Gold Meats, check him out on Instagram, collected for me when he was killing a pig. I have some barley and diced back fat. And I have a lovely spice mixture and onions. And we're going to mix all these things together, stuff them into hog casings. I'm going to use 38-40 millimeter casings, which is a little bit bigger than the book calls for. And we're going to poach them, and we're going to have a fully cooked blood sausage in the end. The write-up on this is pretty small. Black pudding is a blood sausage, very popular in Northern England, Scotland, and Ireland. So we're going to do a version of the UK's version of black pudding, I guess. Yes, so there's just a small write-up on the black pudding, guys, but there's an entire chapter in this book dedicated to blood sausages. You got all different kinds from all over the place. So if you guys are killing your own pigs on the farm and you want to be utilizing the whole animal, you can get a whole bunch of extra sausages out of this book doing the black pudding. Today we're going to do a 2 kilogram batch total, so that means we're going to have 1 kilogram of pork blood, 2.2 pounds, 500 grams of pork back fat, which is just over a pound, and 500 grams of barley, which is just over a pound. I cooked the barley ahead of time and cooled it down. All that you do to cook barley is boil it in water and then simmer it for a little bit till it's soft. So I got all that weighed out. I got our pork blood here. When the pork blood cools down, it coagulates, or once it's out of the pig, it coagulates a little bit. I think there's a tip in the book here to avoid that at the slaughter process. But I'm just going to break up the coagulated chunks here. Like as you can see, just kind of chunks of blood. So I'm just going to break that up a little bit. I've got blood all over the table. This rich, dark pork blood. Thus, the black pudding. It's so dark. Okay guys, so here goes our blood. Alright. 1 kg. Perfect. So it's actually a pretty simple sausage to make, guys. Mix diced fat with blood and other ingredients and stuff. You're not really going to get protein extraction out of this. It's not going to become sticky and thick because it's a liquid. It's blood. So, get our little scale out of the way. Thank you. And I'll just get you a little close-up of both of these. Here's our diced back fat and barley. And here is 1 kilogram of pork blood. You can kind of see it at the bottom there, liquid. I'm excited for this. I haven't had a blood sausage in a long time. Now I usually do mine into bigger casings because I like a sliceable blood sausage. You can kind of cut thin. Sometimes you see that on the English breakfast. You know, the notoriously famous English breakfast plate, big slices of blood pudding. So there, our blood is added. Throw our onions in, freshly chopped. And our spice combination, got some mace, black pepper, coriander, salt in there. All right, add that to our pudding and mix it all up. All right there, guys. We got our mixed up. There, that looks like our carnage. The carnage right there. We'll stick it into the sausage stuffer. All right, now save this back in case I want to make some more blood sausage. But we'll just stuff it into the sausage stuffer. And I'm gonna thread on my sausage casing ahead of time because this is gonna want to run out. It's a liquid. So I don't usually tie a knot in the end, but this time we will tie knots in the end, but we'll get that all set up and you'll know what I'm talking about. All right, look at that tabletop. It looks like there's been a murder scene here. Okay, guys. Same routine as always. Get a bit of water in the casing and load it onto the horn. Now, guys, I don't usually do this, but I am going to tie a little knot in the end so it doesn't run out. And then we'll load it in. You don't got to worry about packing this one in, guys. The liquid's going to automatically fill all the air pockets. Okay, guys, so there it is. It's kind of running out already. I want to make sure we get some oatmeal and stuff in there. A little bit of a different sausage to stuff, that's for sure. Feel that oatmeal and barley and stuff shooting through. I'm gonna end up having to massage this down into the end because all the blood ran out into end. So we want nice, even distribution of this stuff. So I'm gonna have to work it through a little bit. All right, there's the end. Okay, bring some out here. Enough for me to tie another knot. Tie another knot here. Okay. So now, guys, I'm just gonna kind of work this around until it's nice and even because we got just pure blood in this end here where it ran out. If you're squeamish, this might not be for you.
Beep! Whoops! Can't be using that kind of language on the YouTube channel. Sorry about that.
We had an explosion. All right, guys, so I've made a mistake. I got a little too tight there when I was trying to work this out. And I blew up some of our blood sausage. Well, that's no good. So, had a bit of a wreck. That's okay. Try and get this evened out again. All right, so instead of a bunch of nice pieces, we're just gonna have two. I guess I could, if I wanted to, stick this back in. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Let's stick this little bit I've wasted here back in the sausage stuffer and see if we can't salvage a bit of it. I think we can. Definitely looks like a murder scene now. I was a little too slow, is what happened last time. All right, we'll get a bit more yet. There we go. Okay. Tie a knot in the end again. Try and distribute that barley and such more thoroughly again without breaking it this time. There we go. We saved the project. Well, I don't know. We haven't poached them yet. Another tricky part, which is the next step here, is cooking. You really want to pay attention to them. You don't want to let it get boiling. You do want to tie the ends of the sausages so that they don't leak out the ends. So I got knots on top of the natural, I got knots on top of what I tied into the natural casings there. There we go, guys. I saved a bit. I don't feel so bad now. Hopefully you guys think I have redeemed myself. Here we go. Blood sausage ring. Blood sausage ring. Let's get it in the poached water and I'll clean this mess up. Okay guys, so I got the water preheating, got our blood sausage in there, and this is a step you really want to pay attention to. You don't want to be going anywheres and not watching, because if the water gets too hot, these guys are going to pop and burst and all your work is going to be for nothing. You'll just have a bloody wreck. Huh? Did you guys like that pun? All right, so we're going to pop them in there. We're going to keep it at about 180 just until those guys hit an internal temperature. Well, I guess we're not, you know, if you probe them, you're going to bust them. So in here it says cook at 80 degrees Celsius for about 40 minutes. Any sausages that floats to the top should be pricked to remove air. Don't increase the temperature because the casings may burst. So I'm not going to get too far. I'm going to keep an eye on these guys, and I'll set a timer for 40 minutes and they should be good and done by then. So I'll show you the end product when we get there. Okay guys, there's our blood sausage pot, and it has been going for about an hour. Been just watching real carefully, so they're nice and dark brown and what have you. So now, careful. Oh no, I broke one. All right. Okay, so right as I was trying to tell you, be careful as you're pulling them out, otherwise you can break them. What do I go and do? I break one. You need 2 sets of tongs when you're doing this. Ah, devil. All right, so I busted one. Had them a little bit too big of lengths. Should have made 12-inch rings like the book calls for, but oh well. Should be one more in here. Okay, here's the last one. Taking them out very carefully. All right, there they are with the one broken one. That's my fault, wasn't being careful enough. But I'm just gonna pop them in the cooler till they cool down, and we will chop into them in a couple hours. All right guys, here we are, the blood sausage. Look at that nice dark ring. Not the most visually appealing sausage, I'll confess, for our North American eyes. Maybe if you're a British viewer or a European viewer, you'll be used to the blood sausage, but it's a bit of a tricky sell here in North America, I won't lie. But I thought we should do something different. There's a big chapter dedicated to blood sausages in home production of quality meats and sausage, because they're quite a bit more popular over there. But I don't mind blood sausage. Here, I'll let you have a little close-up of the sausage ring. There we go, look at the color on that. That's blood sausage for you. That's how she's supposed to look, nice and dark. And then when we cut into it, it should have nice little specks, white specks of barley and fat marbles in there. Okay guys, so despite almost ruining it twice, we have some finished product. So I'll cut into it here and show you guys what it looks like. One piece I accidentally broke in the poacher. How embarrassingly that was. Oh yeah, that looks like stereotypical blood sausage to me. There we go guys, that's what it should look like to me. Little bits of white back fat and pearl barley in there, and the blood that kind of encapsulates everything in there. And that once that blood cooks up, it gets nice and firm, like there's nothing falling apart there. So let's dive into it and have a bite. All right, I'm gonna peel this casing off and have a slice of blood sausage. All right. I know it's not popular in North America, but I'm telling you guys, that's actually quite good. It's really good. That fat in there makes it creamy. Oh, and that spice mix is really, really wonderful. Gosh, I don't know why this is more popular in North America. I think it's because we're afraid of blood over here. It's got like a little bit of that hint of iron from the blood, but really creamy. Beautiful spice mix on that. That's another win out of home production of quality meats and sausage. If you're on the farm killing your own pig, save the blood next time and give this a go. I'm going to have another bite here, guys. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We're going to do videos every day in March out of home production of quality meats and sausage. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.